OK, let's get to Rangers. And the former midfielder Gio van Bronckhorst has been confirmed as the club's new manager, replacing Steven Gerrard. We'll go live to Amsterdam shortly to speak to Marcel van der Kraan. But let's go first to Gordon Duncan, who's at Ibrox for us. So, Gordon, Rangers, of course, kept everyone waiting. So what are the details you've got for us then?
Yeah, they've confirmed in the last 10 minutes or so Giovanni van Bronckhorst will take over from Steven Gerrard as Rangers manager, subject to a work permit for the last 7 days since Steven Gerrard announced he was leaving for Aston Villa. Giovanni van Bronckhorst really has been the name on everyone's lips as far as Rangers fans are concerned. He was clearly the front runner from an early stage. Talks began over the weekend in London, they progressed, and finally tonight Rangers fans have been waiting all day, waiting patiently, and tonight it's been announced Giovanni van Bronckhorst is their man. Rangers have confirmed it in the last 10 minutes or so. Still waiting, as far as I can gather, on details about length of contract or backroom staff. Perhaps that does fall into place or get announced after the work permit situation is cleared up. But it's been a hugely popular suggestion for the last 7 days, and therefore, as you can imagine, a hugely popular appointment amongst the Rangers fans this evening.
Heard from Van Bronckhorst yet?
Yeah, just some quotes really in the initial release from Rangers. He says he's absolutely delighted to be returning to Rangers as the club's new manager. He says, I feel so lucky to be going to work with a squad which is in a great position on all fronts and largely has that experience of being winners. He goes on to say he looks forward to carrying on and enhancing the work that's already been done here, and he's grateful for the chance to work again at this huge football club, one which he of course knows very well. I cannot wait to meet the club's incredible supporters again and begin this new era for us all. Sporting director Ross Wilson, who was in charge of that recruitment process, he's added his thoughts as well, saying he's delighted to welcome Gio back to Rangers. He was respected throughout Europe as a player and has already shown why he has that same respect as a coach. So everyone at the moment clearly all delighted to get it done, all parties. It seems to suit all parties. It seems to tick a lot of boxes. And now very quickly, attention will turn to see what type of job Giovanni van Bronckhorst can do as the Rangers manager.
Yeah, it certainly will. Brilliant stuff. Thank you very much for now, Gordon. OK, as promised, let's go to get the Dutch side of things then and speak to the Dutch football expert, Marcel van der Kraan. So, Marcel, you know him very well, don't you? So should Rangers fans be super excited about this appointment?
Well, I think they should be, because when he started his managerial career, it was very good for him to...
Oh, you've just kind of gone, and there's kind of a little faceless picture, but I think we might be able to get you back if you can come back to the screen. If that's... In fact, we'll wait. We'll wait. We'll come back to something else, and then we'll come back to you, Marcel. Oh, you're there? I don't... Let's go back to you, Marcel. Start again. What were you trying to tell us?
Well, I was trying to tell Rangers fans that they should be excited because what he did at Feyenoord, the club where he took over as a manager, 5 trophies in 4 seasons, and the football they played, absolutely very attacking. 4-3-3. I think he will carry on in the same format as what Steven Gerrard did before. And also, he will bring another assistant attacking coach. And it's a big name, Roy Mackay. People are maybe not aware of that. The former Bayern Munich and Holland striker will be one of his key assistants, and he will travel with him as soon in the next few days when he goes over to Ibrox, and also probably will be with him in the stand to watch the first game in the semi-final.
Yeah, look, Marcel, you touched on it a little bit there. You know, he won the Eredivisie, didn't he, with Feyenoord? Can you just underline how important that is, or how big a perspective that is?
That's a very good point, because the club was in a very similar position as Rangers. Feyenoord had not won the league for 18 years. There was no money. He had to work with young players, maybe 1 or 2 bigger names trying to bring in through his contacts. And nobody expected that he could beat Ajax with all their money, 200 million in the bank at Ajax, big squad, big players. And at Feyenoord, he just built. He built and he carried on building, and it worked out brilliant. He won the cup, he won the league. The football was great. The stadium was full, 50,000 there. And I'm not saying he will turn all that, immediately into magic at Ibrox, but this is a guy who's been around. He's been at Barcelona as a player, at Arsenal, Rangers, of course, the club where it all started for him internationally. And I think all that luggage is all in the back of his, in his backpack, and he's using it very calm and steady. Also, 106 caps for Holland, captain in the final in the World Cup in 2010. Well, it's the sort of experience you want when you want a manager to take over of a squad who still, has to develop in many ways.
Yeah, look, you mentioned that he's got a fantastic pedigree, hasn't he? What's he like in front of the media? Because you must have faced him a few times. What sort of character has he got?
Well, he's a very calm kind of a guy. He's not a hothead. Gio has always been an ambassador for the club, for Feyenoord, for Barcelona when he was there as a player, at Arsenal. He's very composed, but he knows what he wants. Don't fall out with him, or don't try to, upset him. Where did we see this? Dirk Kuyt was the captain of Feyenoord, and in the season that Feyenoord won the league, there was the biggest clash between the two of them, because Kuyt says, I need to play, and Gio says, no, I've got other players. I'm going to put you on the bench in a crucial stage of the season. And Van Bronckhorst just did it. He put Kuyt on the bench. In the end, took him off, brought him back on the pitch, and the whole thing just went the way Gio wanted. And I think that was a very key moment in his career where he showed his real strong hand as a manager.
So, look, you're telling me that he's not afraid to stamp his authority on a team then. You sort of mentioned about his coaching staff. What will he be keen to do then come January? Do you think he'll want to bring his own players in?
I think he's been told over the last few days that there are limitations at Rangers. He's aware of that. He knows that when he started at Feyenoord, there was no money, and only if players go, and I think that's not what he wants. He'd like to keep the squad together. Only if players go, maybe he can replace them. But from what I understand, he's aware of the budget, not very big at Rangers.
Stuff. Thanks for all your insider knowledge. Thanks, Marcel. OK, Kenny Miller had 3 spells at Ibrox, and he believes Van Bronckhorst's appointment is a good one, but he will be judged on the amount of trophies delivered, starting with the league this season.
Ex-player, knows the club, knows the standards, a wonderful player who's played and represented some massive football clubs. As a coach, he's learnt his trade initially as an assistant and a coach, and then took over at Feyenoord and had success, immediate success as well, with a cup, a league and a cup. So he has been working in the City Group of late as well. So again, he's been honing his skills, trying to learn different things as well. And he probably feels now it's the right time to step into this role. I'm sure he's delighted to get back at work, and I think he said there in his comments, with a wonderful squad who are in a really, really good place at the moment. Yes, they maybe not been firing like we've seen them over the last 18 months or so, but it's a squad in a really good place with some huge games coming up, starting with the semi-final on Sunday.
What are the main aims and objectives?
Retaining the league, winning a cup, progress in Europe, because it's been made the last 3.5 years. There's been some really, really good, exciting journeys in Europe, in the Europa League. If the league is achieved, there is a potential to be straight into the Champions League, which would be another milestone achieved in the journey of Rangers going back to the top of Scottish football. So there's a lot there still to be achieved, a lot of good work a lot of hard work to be done still. But firstly, the main aim, as always is at Rangers at the start of the season, is to retain that league.
And Van Bronckhorst has tweeted alongside pictures of him holding the Rangers shirt, saying this: I am very excited and proud to be returning to Rangers as the club's new manager. I can't wait to meet you all.